This is Wright Brennan with the Lost in the Midlands podcast, brought to you by C. Wright Roofing. And I'm fired up to be here with my friend, the man, the legend. He is quite the entrepreneur. He's got so many balls in the air. It is so impressive. Randy Freeman, Midlands Dumpster Services. Randy, thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, appreciate the invite.
Yeah. So, I mean, at no point in time are things ever kind of like just plateauing in the world of Randy. There's always mountains to climb, games to win. And, you guys are doing some fantastic work. So this is the third time you've been on. Is that we were just talking? Third time. Every time you come on, your reels blow up. People love some Randy Freeman. So do we. But yeah, I wanted to catch up with you because a lot's changed in the life, in the world with you. And in particular, you've got a new product on the market. So tell me, what is this new product? How has business expanded? Because it has expanded.
Yeah, it's expanded a lot from when we first started. I mean, moving here at the end of 2021, kind of recapping. And then 2022, my wife not liking me being at home while she works from home. And so we started Midlands Dumpster Services with 8 20-yard dumpsters.
Yeah.
Quickly expanded about 9 months in. Well, it wasn't even 9 months because that had put me at the end of the year. Probably about 7 months, we bought a hook lift, 10 more dumpsters. So that put us from 8 to 18.
Yeah.
Then we kind of took a little step back in 2023 around May or June. We sold the original truck and 8 dumpsters that we started with. And I quickly found out that was a mistake. So we started ramping up and kind of fast forward through the end of 2024. We had 30, through the end of 2024, we hit 30 dumpsters that we offer between 15 and 20-yard dumpsters. We were rocking and rolling with 30. And then the new thing this year, I finally listened to my buddies. I went and got my CDL, and we've now expanded into 30-yard dumpsters.
Holy smokes.
We went from our inventory count of dumpsters from 30 to now we run 52 total dumpsters. We run 22 30-yard dumpsters. We're also doing compactor boxes. So now we can handle, you just got the small mom and pop renovation or want to clean out their house, 15-yard dumpsters. We got 20-yard dumpsters we were running in commercial. Now we're into 30-yard dumpsters. We're looking for those larger customers, bigger commercial accounts that are wanting service.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, were you just sitting around like, man, it's time to go and expand and get the big boys out here? Did you get bored with the 15 yards?
No, actually what happened was when I first started, it was with 20 yards. We had 8.
Yeah.
And then, but I started finding that some customers were wanting 15 yards. And so to meet that demand, we decided, hey, you know what? Let's get some 15 yards. So we run 12 15 yards. We run 18 20 yards and 22 30s. But what happened was with the 30-yard business, I mean, a lot of people think, oh, this just happened overnight for you. Actually, it was a year ago, January, that I was in Nashville, and some other people that are across the country that have dumpster businesses and stuff, they were really telling me, Randy, you need to get in the 30s. I'm telling you, it's like a different business. You just add it under your umbrella. And I mean, here it was, we just started rolling 30-yard dumpsters. So almost a year and a half later, but I don't just jump into things.
Yeah.
Certain things I will. My wife will tell you I'll be spontaneous if I'm going to buy a gun or something. It's like, oh, yeah, let's get it. But with this, I really planned. We actually were looking at getting in the 30s last year.
Yeah.
Right before we bought 8 more 20 yards to put us up to 30. And I just got to thinking about it. And I said, I started looking because, you know me, I'm about keeping in control of my finances, having an emergency fund. And I looked at it and I said, I just can't, in my mind, I couldn't justify it. This is an emergency.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And so I called the banker and I said, even though she was getting ready to call me to tell me everything's good to go, I can buy a truck and buy dumpsters. And I told her, I said, look, I just can't do it. I can't pull the trigger on that amount of money. I need to plan this out. So let's just buy 8 more 20-yard dumpsters. And I did that. And now this year, we had been planning for 4.5, 5 months. What do we have to do to be able to get there? And then finally got my CDL, got the stuff done. And now, I mean, I was actually just looking at it today. because I was talking to a buddy of mine, and this month is the first month that we actually launched it. And so far, month to date, it's 22.4% of our business.
Wow.
So,
congrats. Success. So you kind of slow played it a little bit. It never feels like that with Randy Freeman. It feels like it's go, go, go 100 miles an hour. But on the back end of things, you really are strategically maneuvering, thinking about the next best steps. And so how'd you have to grow? I mean, did you have to hire somebody, or, I mean, what were some of those steps?
I did. And that was some of the things that I really had to deal with.
Yeah.
Because the way that I run my business, what works for me is not always going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the thing. It's not a cookie cutter, one thing fits all.
Right.
I'm very hands-on in my business.
Yeah.
I mean, we've known each other for quite a while and spend time together, not just in work, but as friends. And if I have to choose between doing something fun and a customer needs me, I'm going to the customer. I mean, fortunately, my wife understands that some, not all the time, because sometimes she's like, hey, you know what? You're off work. And it's like, no. So, for our
she's your balance.
And that's her key word. You need balance. But, the reason why I've been successful in businesses, I mean, this is my third company. So I've sold 2 successful companies. And the big thing, especially in this, I always tell people, and when I used to do consulting in the pet industry, I would always ask people, what business are you in?
Yeah.
Well, in the pet industry, everybody would say, I'm in the boarding, or I'm in the retail, or I'm in the training, or whatever. That was never my answer. And I think I've covered that on previous podcasts and stuff with you. I'm in the customer service business.
Yeah.
I'm in the dumpster industry, or I was in the pet industry, but I'm in the customer service business, because without the customer, I'm not going to have a business.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm different from a lot of the other companies. And I call around and check prices, and I'll just give you an example, and I'm not going to mention who they are. They're a big boy.
Yeah.
13 and a half minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
Still couldn't get a price on what it cost for a dumpster. They wanted to email, they wanted all this. With our residential customers, we do operate a little bit different. I mean, the benefit is if you call in, you're going to get me. I mean,
be warned.
That could be a warning there.
I'm just kidding, man. I mean, hey, straight to the top.
Hey,
that's how it works.
To talk trash. So I mean, we're happy, and we do have customers, even residential customers, that are repeat customers. They don't have my personal cell phone.
Right.
They have the business line.
Yeah.
And so where I'm different, and probably everybody and their brothers, you paying attention, Ted? So I'm saying that for Ted Dunn, Dumpster Mule. I'm giving a shout out for him. He runs 15-yard dumpsters, but we had breakfast the other day. Really nice guy and everything. I mean, and that just kind of shows we're in the same industry, but we can still be friends, and we can still meet and have a good time and don't have to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the difference with me is my contractors.
Yeah.
When you set up with me and you're a contractor, you don't have an 800 number. You don't have my business line to be able to call. You have direct access to me.
Yeah.
My wife would say that's unfortunate, 24 hours a day. But you know what? I do work for companies that they have emergencies, and I'll get called out in the middle of the night. They know they're going to pay that premium, but they also know one call. What's that sign? One call, that's all? I'm going to use that one. I don't know if it's trademark, but they call me.
Yeah.
And I will roll out of bed, and I will go deliver a dumpster, especially restoration companies.
That's what I was thinking. I thought you were referring to that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
That's customer service right there.
Service. That's it. And yes, I did have to hire a driver. I hired a driver about 8 weeks ago. That was a hard decision for me, because I had to let go. But, anybody that has built a successful company, at some point they have to realize, I can't work in the business. I have to work on the business, because as long as you're always working in the business, you're never going to have the room to grow. And I don't care what anybody says. The people that are sitting behind the desk, that are running things, that have drivers or have people that are doing stuff, they're the ones that know I can't be there the whole time, because there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You have to have people that you can assign it to that can help you.
Yeah.
But they also have to have the same mentality and understand. That's one of the things that I tell my driver. When you're out there, you got your shirt on, which, by the way, that is one thing I notice all the time. Yeah, I'm in the trash business. Randy's got his shirt on. My drivers have their shirts on.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody to know I'm associated with this company and you represent me.
Yeah.
So you better keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, you guys represent yourselves well out in the marketplace. And, you know, you got a driver in 8 weeks time. I mean, you got so many dang dumpsters, Randy. You got to have more than just one person
Well, I'm
moving
in the big truck. I'm in the big truck. I'm back in the truck for now.
Yeah.
So I'm back in the saddle.
It's not the same truck, right? You got to get a whole new truck for these larger cans.
So my little truck, the GVW on it's a little low. I wish I'd have had one that was 26,000, which would still be under CDL. But I got a 23,000 GVW truck that Jamar, my driver, drives every day. And then I am actually in the big boy, which is the 66,000 GVW tandem, the 2024 Peterbilt 548 with the cable. So I can run compactor boxes and all of my dumpsters for the 30 yard. I did hook cable combo versus my other dumpsters were only hook lift.
Yeah.
Which is a mistake I made. That's one of the things that I learned. And you never know. Maybe some things are in the plan that I might get a 33,000 GVW truck and get rid of the smaller one and get new dumpsters and have them all hook and cable combo, because then I'll have two trucks that can run.
Oh, boy.
So
yeah,
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe we're thinking.
That sounded like a great idea right there.
Yeah.
I see where your head's at. And that is a big boy. That's a big, you got the big truck, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. Air ride. That's key when you start getting older. The air ride suspension. That's
critical. Yeah. How far you take that thing? How far will you go? Will you go to Charleston in the?
You know, it's funny that you say that, because I was on the phone with the restoration company, which is my biggest client, and I was actually talking to their guy that's over major loss. I have a buddy that's in Charleston that I actually have to call him after I get through here. To see if he's interested in maybe taking care of them down there.
Yeah.
And that is, you know, like I said, I'm friends with a lot of people. I know haulers all across the country.
Yeah.
Some of them work for me in other states because I have a company that I book all the dumpsters and porta-johns for. But if he doesn't have the capacity and not willing to take care of them, I probably will go to Charleston, because they know the service. I mean, and they call me all the time. Hey, will you go here? And I'll look at it and it's like an hour and 15 minutes. And I'm like, no, not going to do it. But I got a bigger truck. I got 30-yard dumpsters now.
Yeah.
And they know the service. That's the big thing. Everybody in their whole company. And I mean, they've got 5 locations.
Yeah.
So everybody knows
Randy's the
who
man.
I am and what the service is. And everybody's got my personal cell phone.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. Money talk.
Well,
you know?
All right. What are people putting in these giant containers? What's going on? What kind of customer? You got, like, I guess restoration people need the 30s. Who else needs the 30s?
Commercial contractors that are doing new construction.
Yeah.
New home developers would be a great person as well, because, I mean, some of them, they got 15 yards that are there. Well, I can drop one dumpster. You don't have to have a dumpster for every house. You could put 1 30-yard in between 2 of them.
Yeah.
The renovation companies.
Yeah.
Is huge. I mean, you know, and we try to be competitive price. That's another thing, you know, to me, and I understand because I've always ran off budgets with my business, but at the same time, the thing that people have to think about is, okay, I can get it for $50 cheaper here. Okay. But if I'm having to wait because I need what we call a swap out or a dump and return, because we filled it up, if they can't get to it for 2 or 3 days or 5 days because they're too busy, now you have what's called double stacking. Now you're going to be throwing the stuff on the ground because your guys still got to work. And then once they come get it, then those guys got to stop working. Now they're going to pick up the stuff and throw it in the dumpster, and it's probably going to be ready again. I don't roll like that. I mean, I wish that I could say it was still the same as it was when I started in 2022 with 8 dumpsters. You called me at that point, man, I'd jump in the truck and I'd be headed straight to you.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, we can't always do it. I'm not saying we don't.
This is Wright Brennan, the owner of C. Wright Roofing. When it comes to the maintenance of your roof, you want to know that you have an experienced team that knows what they're doing. And with 10 years in the business, we check all the boxes. Leaky roof, storm damage, or just overdue on maintenance, give us a call at 803-828-4181 for a free estimate. Again, that's 803-828-4181. And remember, our commitment is to roof it the right way.
Right.
But I'm just saying, we can't always do it. We plan, I mean, I literally have been booked 2 weeks up, and I will try to figure out a way to slip in a dumpster. Right now, the easiest way, because our truck, our smaller truck with 15s and 20s, we're literally picking up off one job, dumping it, it's going to the next job. I mean, so for me to try to slip it in, and that's the thing we also have to look at is the landfill going to be open so that if we pick up here, we can dump there so we can get to there?
Yeah.
Well, one of the easier things to do is go, hey, you know what? We just got into the 30s. We don't have all of them out. I mean, we've got 22, and I counted the dumpsters today. I think we got 8 on jobs. We've actually done, since we started right after the 4th of July, we've done 26 pulls so far. And tomorrow's probably going to be slammed now that I'm saying this. I did deliver one today for tomorrow because I was worried about tomorrow. So, and actually it was a mile and a half down the road from the farm. So
Yeah.
that worked out. But, you know, yeah, the commercial contractors, the remodelers, roofer, I can get into the roofing now. Because, and I have done roofing, as you know, you rented some dumpsters that I did at that apartments or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I can drop a 30 and I don't have to worry depending. I don't typically have to worry because
But weight
this
limits
truck can actually carry 18 tons. So that's 36,000 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of shingles.
Yeah. I mean, that's my max weight according to the law on DOT. In case they're watching, I don't go over that ever. I won't.
No need to pull you over.
Yeah. Nobody, just wave. Say I saw you on the podcast, and I appreciate it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it opens up a whole lot of territories, as well as compactor boxes I can run as well.
What is a compactor box?
So compactor boxes like Walmart, Sam's, grocery stores have them. What it is, they take their stuff, like it might be food in there, but cardboard boxes and stuff, they can put it in, and it goes down a chute and it rams it into this enclosed dumpster. Basically, it's got a lid on it and everything. They've got self-contained, and they've got ones that disconnect that you got to put a diaper on. So I can do those as well.
Yeah.
But they're typically owned by the grocery stores, and so they typically use the brokers and stuff, the big brokers. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean,
because you're here now.
You can call me. I'll come do it direct for you. We can get an account set up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, but that is one of the things. I don't carry a note.
Yeah.
I mean, when I do the service, I want the money.
Yeah.
That's just, I'm still a small business. I still run that way. I'm not going to do a net 30 like some people want, because what happens is if I do a dumpster on July 1st and you want a net 30, well, according to the way that normally the billing is done, I'm going to bill you July 31st for whatever I did that month.
Yeah.
Now you have a net 30, so I'm carrying that 60 days before I ever get paid.
Right. Right.
No, I'm not interested. You know, I don't.
You don't like waiting on money?
I don't like to chase money. I never have. I mean, I do the service.
Right. And then
if you do the service, you want to be paid whenever it's done.
Yeah. Chasing money, the least attractive part of business is trying to get paid when it's all said and done. Sure. So I can relate to that 100%. Well, there's something else happening in the world. I just purchased a pig from your farm. Some amazing meat I just got. All kinds of like gigantic pork chops and stuff. So so just tell everybody what's going on the farm. You've got a whole side operation going on. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Is it really a side operation? It feels like
it might
24 hours a day.
They're kind of married together in some ways, you know? Dumpster on one side, a dumpster in the front, farm in the back.
Yeah. Well, right now we got the farm in the front and the dumpsters are in the back. But since, so last year, you know, as we were preparing for expansion, my current storage yard is only about a half an acre. And that houses 15s and 20s. I am able to fit, I think I can get a total of 6 30s in on one side over there.
Yeah.
I've got 4 there right now, just so that they're in a little closer versus the farm. But we did buy a piece of land. We bought 15.34 acres. Then we bought an additional 5 that butts up to us. So now we have access on a blacktop and a dirt road. But I grew up around livestock all my life, and the way that everything is being done now, um, any type of meat that you're buying is typically raised in some sort of a building. It's injected with all this stuff that really isn't that good for you.
Yeah.
And so, my great grandfather was a head herdsman for OSU, for Oregon State University. He grew up on a farm, big farm in Minnesota. And so we're kind of taking it back to the traditional roots of all this stuff and injecting in them isn't good for us. We don't want to do it that way. You were out at the farm while we were raising them. We can put our hands on our pigs.
Yeah.
We did buy 5. We had 4 pre-sold. You were one of them. So we did just take those to market, and everybody's got their meat. I'm actually curing the bacon for everybody right now. And so we're flipping that every day. This Saturday we start smoking them.
Cool.
And then Sunday afternoon we'll cut and package, and then I'll split that amongst everybody. But yeah, the farm, we've got 70 chickens. The chickens last week, they're just getting to the maturity time to start laying. At least the Isa Browns are.
Yeah.
We have a total of 70 chickens. And we got 14 eggs last week. They start off small. This week, as of yesterday, we were already at 14, and the eggs are starting to get a little bigger.
Nice.
We don't have any pigs, so we only have chickens right now. We're going to move the pig operation. We kind of did it as small and a test to see where do we want the pigs. I didn't like where we got them. So we're going to actually move them up on the hill, up towards the timber. We've got 6 acres on top of the hill, and we've got another 5 that joins up, so we've got 11 acres together there. But we bring the pigs in. We start feeding them. We feed them twice a day.
What kind of pigs were they?
They were Hampshires.
Hampshires, yeah.
And they were about 7 months old when we took them to market. But we are going to bring in some more pigs in the spring. So it's going to be later in the year next year before we take some of those to market. And then we're going to be doing retail direct. We can sell with the processor we're using. We're hoping that they're going to be able to do bacon next year. I'm going to talk to the owner of the processor. But we're going to sell direct to the public next year.
Cool.
The way that we did it this year is the only year that we'll ever do that.
I'm glad I got in on that.
It was a good deal. It was a good deal.
God, I got a lot of pig meat, my
but
friend.
It helped us, and we enjoyed it. And I mean, I grew up in this stuff with livestock. My wife did not, but she absolutely loves the chickens. She loved going out and taking care of the pigs until they got to about 300 pounds. And then she was like, let's think about this a little bit. Especially, they were very friendly, but they wanted to come up and smell you. Well, and a pig with 300 pounds of crushing power with their jaws, you don't want them to smell your kneecap too much. They might be like, oh, let's just give a little sample of that.
Yeah.
But, that's the way that we do it. We pasture raise, we train them to the electric fence. Once they're trained to that, then we put them and we opened it up so that they go out in timber. As grass started getting taller, we took down more panels so they could go the other way so that they get more of the grass and everything like that. And, we're not sure if we're going to do Hampshires next year. I'm actually going to be meeting with a guy that does spot pigs.
Cool.
And so we're going to be meeting with him and talking to him. We want friendly animals while they're on here. I mean, a happy pig going to market is a great tasting pig. I am a witness to that. I know if anybody saw my podcast, I had a heck of a time with pasture raised pork and store bought pork.
Yeah.
I kept saying perk. So I think I'm going to get me a shirt that says, "Where's the perk?" So even when I slowed down, I couldn't say it right. But next year, some new things are going to be coming also. We're going to be doing meat chickens starting in the spring.
Cool.
So we'll be selling pasture-raised meat chickens. We haven't 100% committed to if we're going to get the goats next spring.
Okay.
Because Heather and I have been talking about that some, and she's like, maybe we need to do this before we bring the goats in. We did get a cargo or a big container so that we can build a barn off of it close to the house. So, because the goats like to be closer to you, but that's.
Do they really?
Yeah, they like to be close to people. They very social.
Interesting.
And if you notice, I mean, goats, when they go, they're herds.
Yeah.
They like to be together. You can have 3 or 4, and they're typically going to be together. And so, we're things that we want to do with that is Heather wants to be able to milk them and make soap and different things.
Yeah.
So we're really wanting to bring the kind of a family farm, which our farm is Baruch Acres LLC, BARUKH Acres LLC, and we do TikTok and Facebook, and sometimes we'll have bloopers, and sometimes I do it right. So
you can watch your pig grow up to be an adult.
Yeah,
and y'all gave it names.
Well, you did. I mean,
did.
Actually, you got to, and we send. I mean, because we're friends, Heather would send you videos and send you pictures.
Oh, I loved watching old Crispy get older.
Yeah, Crispy was a good pig. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of the farm thing. Eat healthy. We will be selling our eggs. We're thinking about the first to second week of August. They should be pretty close to full production, except for the Brahmas. The Brahmas are going to be probably towards the end, and the Americana and everything like that. But the ICEs are our main. We probably got about 58 ICEs, which will produce between 300 and 325 eggs a year.
Wow.
Between large and extra large. So we will be selling eggs. We're going to build a farm stand so that people can drive up and then go to the farm stand and get their eggs, drop their cash, or I think Heather's going to set up something so they can pay. Can't do Venmo because it's something about the limit or something. I don't know, but we're gonna figure all that stuff
Bitcoin?
out. Probably can't do that. I don't know why our CPA keeps, because I think we go to the same CPA. They always ask, and of course my investment guy always asks, Bitcoin? I'm like, I don't know. Is it legal? I mean, I don't know.
No, that makes sense. Man, that's pretty cool. So we got a lot of new developments on the horizon at the farm. The dumpster business taking off. How do you have time for all this stuff?
Man, I tell you what,
what time you get up? You get up at what, 4:30, 5 o'clock? Got to take care of animals?
We actually get up at 5. I mean, we've been able to sleep in until 5:20, 5:30 now.
That's great.
On some days because we don't have the pigs at the farm.
Oh, nice.
And next year, we're going to have at least 10 pigs. So we will be getting up earlier. The chickens, we've got those set up so that we've actually got buckets that are filled. It takes about every other day. We're filling buckets. We've got an automatic watering system to keep them cool.
Cool.
The other thing that Heather does is she freezes like fruit tray things with water, with fruit and all this mixed vegetables. So on these hot days, she goes out and she puts those. We've got a block there that she puts it on, and they'll peck at that ice and they'll get to that.
Man, these chickens spoiled, man.
Oh, let me tell you, you ain't seen nothing. We just put in an air conditioner in the coop.
Holy smokes.
Because it's been so hot and it's in the middle of nowhere. So that is one of our next major projects. We're going to build another chicken coop. It's going to be in the timber where the coop is, and then the run's going to come out. And we're going to be working on how we're going to design it and lay it out, because our goal is to eventually get it to where they're pasture raised. They're just, the egg layers can, even after they lay eggs, they can go out into the field and go and eat grass and bugs, and they'll still have feeders, and all their waters will have those positioned so that they're taken care of, in some shade areas, because we got all that land opened up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Do you have to worry about the hawks coming in, or?
We got 1 or 2 black chickens, which the hawks don't like crows. And so we've talked about actually getting some more black chickens that we can introduce into the flock.
Cool.
And then also getting some guardian geese to be able to go out with the flock. They go right along with the chickens, and they'll be in with the chickens.
And they keep the attack birds away?
They are very good. They are basically geese on steroids that'll go after you. The only reason why we haven't done it yet is we were told they can become very protective of a certain individual, and it's a coin toss as to whether they protect me or protect Heather. So I don't know if I want to go that route,
Well,
so
listen, if they choose the wrong person, they may have to be sent to the next farm or something.
Or table. Hey, I'll say it,
Yeah, choose wisely.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic, man. Well, what about my last question on the farm? What about, are you going to get back into cows or anything to that nature? I mean, you got your roots herding cows and stuff. I mean,
You know, I'm not 100%. Yes,
one day, not
here
right
at the
now.
farm. I mean, we've got 13 acres in timber. So there's certain regulations and guidelines I have to go by. I'm pretty sure that I know that I've exceeded the requirements as far as the monetary income, just based off of the pigs, 4 pigs. But because if I don't stay above a certain threshold, I have to maintain at least 5 acres in timber on the
Okay,
farm.
interesting.
But if I'm above a certain threshold, which obviously the more that we add things, the more income it can produce, which means I don't have to worry about, I could literally clear cut the 13 acres.
Yeah.
We're not wanting to do that though. I mean, we're wanting to keep some trees because even if we have cows or the pigs, gives them a shaded area. I don't have to worry about putting up shade nets or anything. But I've really been thinking about, and I've been trying to decide, I need to measure off this because I actually talked to a friend of mine up in Georgia. They own a roll-off dumpster business too, and she told me to call her husband, and she goes, "Yeah,
they have a farm too."
They have a farm up in Georgia,
smokes.
and they own a roll-off dumpster. They're putting in a family compound, actually.
My God.
And but she was like, "Yeah, I'm sure that David will give you a couple to go down to the farm." And I mean, it ain't give like people are thinking. There's going to be a check that has to pass for it to be given to be able to come back.
Yeah.
But I think that they run Angus up there.
Cool.
So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm thinking. I think that my land could support probably 2. We just have to. And that's our thing is we want to do regenerative farming. So
2 cows.
You move them around. Yeah, you move them around. Then we can. If we got enough chickens, we can rotate them behind the cows.
Yeah.
Because the chicken going to the bathroom as natural fertilizer really helps with the ground. So and the production of the fields and that is another thing that I want to put in as an irrigation system to be able to water the property and everything because we want good grass and everything's going to produce a great healthy animal.
Yeah.
You're going to spend a little less on the feed. They're going to graze better and stuff like that.
Oh man, so much fun to be had. Are y'all gonna have like a vegetable garden?
Well, we've rototilled that twice this year.
Is it part of the plan?
I'm going to kind of just scoop that up and put it in the chicken run for some more dirt in there and they can eat the grass that's there. But I mean, yes, we've talked about doing that. My family has a recipe for pickles. And so my aunt said that she's willing to teach me that recipe and how to do. I love dill pickles. I mean, we go through a couple jars a week.
Yeah.
And so it'd be nice to do our cucumbers, know how to do our family recipe.
Yeah.
We do have some things that are going on. It's not, I'll let it slip out a little bit, but we're not going to say it's guaranteed 100%. But we did have a talk with our daughter-in-law, who is our daughter-in-law and our son is a phenomenal when it comes to breads and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so, did she ever give you some?
I got a little treat.
Okay, yeah, Jason does too. Every time he goes over to spray their house, he looks forward to it. He said, "Nobody can go there because she always gives me something to eat." And he leaves it in the truck so nobody can get to it.
Yeah.
But she's talked about being interested in doing some breads and stuff for the farm stand.
Oh yeah,
and
cool.
Stuff like that. So we're thinking that we might do something like that. We're just trying to figure out logistics because they're 45 minutes away. But it might be that we do some, samples and then do some made to order.
Yeah.
And do it through the farm and everything like that. So
beautiful. Lots of fun happening out on the farm in the trash business. We're talking a lot of trash recently. So any final message, anything that we've left out that you want to tell everybody that's happening?
Not really. I mean, I guess the only thing is, if you need a dumpster, I mean, not every dumpster company is created equal, and not every one of them are going to treat you the same. On our Google reviews, if people look at it, our communication is big with us. You want to talk to the person that's in charge, you call our business line. At this point anyway, you're going to get me.
Yeah.
If you're a contractor, maybe you're getting okay service. but you're having to call the office. And if the office is closed, you got to wait till the next day to try to get a dumpster, whatever. That's a benefit of being a contractor and dealing with me is you get direct access. There's nobody, no in between.
Yeah.
And if I tell you it's going to be done, it's taken care of, And so, and we try to make it easy. We're going to have, that's one other thing. We are going to have a new website launching. I'm going to say, knock on wood somewhere, that maybe it's within the next week.
Oh, wow. Coming up.
And we're switching software that's a lot more robust. But one of the benefits it does have is it has a customer portal. So once you're set up in our system, you can actually, whether you're a contractor or a residential homeowner, you can go in, request a swap out, you can book a dumpster, everything like that. We just have to approve it because obviously if I got 10 people doing it and they all want it done in the same day, that becomes the problem.
Yeah.
We might have to push it to the next day or something like that because we try to get to you as fast as we can, even though we say our office is open Monday through Thursday from 7 to 3 and Fridays from 7 to noon, and we're closed on Saturdays and Sundays. We actually start work. Our first truck leaves the farm at 6 every morning and gets out on the road. So, and we work until our schedule's through. Last night for me, that was 7:25 when I got home, and I started at 6 yesterday morning. So you just got to take care of the customer.
Yeah. Rock and roll. Well, Randy, fired up, man. This business is all of them just taking off. It's fantastic. And we appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to hearing more about it as things progress. So appreciate you, man.
Yep. Appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome.
Hey everyone, many thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow and click the bell to stay up to date on future episodes, or click the link to watch another previous episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback.